Okay, so the first thing we need to do is make sure that everybody has a cup of water so that you can wipe off your paintbrushes in it. Make sure that you have all 7 colors. Make sure that you have a thick paintbrush and a thin paintbrush and a paper towel. So the first thing we're going to do is fill in the blue. So you can open up your blue paint pod and fill in all of the background blue first. And if you're wondering why I have a cotton ball taped to my arm, it's because I just got back from the doctors and they were testing my blood to make sure I'm healthy. So sorry, I forgot to take it off. And every time we're switching paint colors, don't forget to put your paintbrush in the water and swish it around and then pat it off on your paper towel so that it's nice and clean for your next color. And if you're not using one of your paintbrushes, just keep it in your cup of water so that your paintbrush doesn't get all dry with paint and then you can't use it anymore. In this part, you might not be able to see the paint since it's white just like the canvas, but I'm filling in the eyeball white. Okay, now that we're done with that, we can get the lightest shade of brown. So you should have 3 shades of brown, get the lightest one, and fill inside of the ear. And then you can also fill inside of the mouth. And don't worry about going over the smiley face. We're gonna draw it back on so you can paint right over the gray line. Now I'm gonna fill in the eyeball black with the thinnest brush. Don't worry about doing the eyelashes yet. We're just gonna fill in just the eyeball, and when we're done with that, we can fill in the bow red and the nose red. While we let the bow and the eyes dry, we can now fill in the antlers with the darkest brown. So by now, our black eyeball and the red bow should be dry so that it doesn't mix with our brown paint. We can now fill in the whole body with the medium shade of brown. So not the lightest and not the darkest, the one right in the middle. And don't worry about painting on top of the eyelashes. We're gonna draw them back on with the black later, so you could paint over the gray lines that I made. So here I'm using the smallest little thin brush so I could get inside of the other ear that's on the other side of her bow. Anytime that we have a space where it's kind of small and hard to get into, we could use the smallest brush and it will help us. And then if you want the antlers and the bow to be more solid and to be more bright, you can put another layer of dark brown on the antlers, and you could do another layer of red on the bow so that it just is more bright and it pops. Now with the lightest shade of brown, the same one that I use for inside of the ear and for the mouth, I'm going to get my thinnest brush and I'm going to outline all around the ears, and I'm going to outline around the face and the body. Now we're gonna switch over to the black with the little brush again, and we're gonna make like an eyeliner on the top of her eye. So we're just gonna outline the top part of her eye, and then we're gonna add a few little eyelashes. After cleaning off my brush real good, now I dipped it into the white, and I'm gonna make some little white freckles on her face because deers have little white dots on them. So we're gonna put a few on her face, and then we can put some dots of snow in the background. Or if you want, you can also draw little snowflakes too. Now I'm just going to add a little white line inside of her ear, and then I'm going to switch over to my black and draw her little smiley face. Now I want her red nose to look nice and shiny, so I'm adding a little white line on the top of her nose, kind of curved, and then we can decorate our bow. First I outlined mine, and then I did stripes, so it's kind of like a candy cane. But if you want to do polka dots or hearts, or if you have glitter at home, you could also do that. So you can decorate the bow however you want. Now the last thing we're gonna do is draw a few eyelashes on the other side of her face, and then now we're completely done. If you want, you can add glitter and put your name on it, because every artist should sign their work. And don't forget to take a picture and have your mommy or daddy tag us on Instagram so we can see how your reindeer came out. I hope you guys all had fun, and I hope that you have a Merry Christmas.